Right now, it's time to round up a big topic from the week. Twitter has dropped a lawsuit against the U.S. government after the government decided to no longer issue a summons. The social media giant was refusing to reveal the identity of the person behind an anti-Trump account. The Department of Homeland Security was trying to find out who was the handle, reportedly used by employees of the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. Well, in the court filing earlier this week, Twitter was arguing that the user is protected by free speech, including the right to anonymous political speech. Well, the feds just dropped their request, but it's not a first. So is the government going after people's right to speak against the government? And is this a free speech privacy issue? That's our topic this half hour. We want to hear from you on Facebook and on Twitter. Joining us live in the newsroom, or rather in our studio, is our panel led by our senior legal analyst, Chris Tritico. We have Democratic media consultant Mustafa Tamiz and Republican strategist and public policy analyst Jackie Bally. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so this issue is now put to rest, I guess, but it's still going to come into play throughout, I imagine, his presidency, and it could come into play for others as well.
Absolutely, and we can only assume that the government dropped the summons to Twitter after someone finally read the Constitution and determined that you actually have the right to speak out against your government, Jackie Bally, something that was grounded in the Constitution the day they wrote it.
That's right. That's right. You know, cyberbullying is at an all-time high, and we've seen a lot of backlash with a lot of people coming after the president, and politically people are coming after many people. However, it is within their right, is within the First Amendment. If you want to say something negative about somebody, a lot of people do it on social media, because guess what? You have that anonymity that you can do it, and so it covers you. But
when you're speaking out against the government, is it?
No. The irony of the President of the United States and his administration asking to unmask you know, who's behind a particular Twitter account that's been critical of them is unbelievable to me. The President of the United States goes on every day, attacks people for just making up stuff about things that have been unmasked, and people, you know, that the former national security advisor has been named publicly because he was unmasked. And now you get them suing to try to unmask people. It's amazing.
Who are critical of him.
Amazing to me.
What about that?
well, I agree. I mean, I don't think that it's within their purview to try to find out who's behind this. And no, this is not an example of cyberbullying, but cyberbullying has increased with social media, because guess what? You do have that anonymity of attacking people. And we have seen a lot of people attacking our president from the left. And so, yes, this is just another example. But guess what? It is within their purview, even if we don't agree with what they have to say.
Absolutely. Let's go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media.
All right. Comments here first from the Facebook page. Jason says, really? Didn't the government drop their query first, thus eliminating the need for Twitter's lawsuit? So a lot of the headlines have basically been called into question here, because they're saying, you know, the government dropped their query first, and then, you know, Twitter followed after that. Justin says, I don't get it. Why did they want to know? Because I look at their Twitter page. It is all just free speech, no threats or anything. So he's, you know, wondering, why did the government want to know more about this person? And then Don says, good for Twitter. They shouldn't have to reveal the identity, protect the First Amendment. So lots of different comments there.
You know, why did the government want to know? Why do you think the government wanted to know? These are people that claim to be employees of the government, and that really the government wanted. Why did the government want to know, Jackie?
Well, you bring up a very interesting point, because when you're using government computer, you're on government time, then you're more suspect to what you're doing at the taxpayer's expense, correct? So that's why people are questioning, why are you doing this while you're being a government employee, or while we're paying for your time?
Less than a minute. Does the government have the right to regulate speech on its time?
Well, look, someone can make an argument about employee, but these people were very careful. I mean, they went to at lengths to make sure that this was happening outside of the government structure. These people work for the Department of Homeland Security. They understand how things could be tracked. These are, you know, whistleblowers. These are people that are in the system.
Well, I get that.
Believe something's going wrong, and they're working, you know, from what with the tweet timings and things.
Well, I get all that, but these tweets are coming out all day long, and so if I mean, you're going to presume that somebody's doing it on government time.
Yeah, and you know, you have a lot of government entities that really ban social media. They don't allow their computers to go to Facebook or Twitter or other things. So I think the real question is, are you actually doing it while we're paying, while taxpayers are paying for this?
All right, we're going to leave it right there. They dropped it, so we'll see what happens next go-around in the battle here. But this is all protected by the First Amendment. That's why the government dropped the summons. That's why the lawsuit went away. We'll see where it goes from there. We'll be back in about 20 minutes. Another really good topic.
Okay, we'll see you guys then. Right now.